y sin papelito. Dale, que sos famoso ya, Limón. Dale.
To understand animal hearing, we first need to know the basics. Humans have a hearing range between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. And some animals, some of them, have overall better hearing than humans.
Bats,
For example, have a hearing range between 9,000 Hz and 200,000 Hz. But what are Hertz? The basic explanation is... So Hertz are a unit to measure sound. Yeah. And now that we're using
bats,
as an example, let's talk about how
bats,
here. They use echolocation, and echolocation is... Yeah, this is really cool. But did you notice a really interesting word in there? Let me help you find it. Yep, sound waves. Yeah, really cool words. Funky words. But now that you have those words in mind, you might be thinking, why are sound waves important? It matters because of physics, science.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.
And now let's say that you really like,
bats,
and you like physics too. And for a project for your physics class, you need to do an investigation related to physics based on your favorite animal. And to have a better grade, you want to do some equations, and for that you want to find the shortest and longest wavelength. But you can't do that, and all the sites are supposed to help by hiding behind a paywall. But don't worry, me, the all-powerful physics master, is here to help. I'll explain to you how to find the shortest and longest wavelength of a
bats,
Let me demonstrate. First, let's review the things that we need before we start. We need the hearing range of your animal and the speed of sound in meters per second. But don't worry, me with my infinite knowledge shall provide you with those answers. And the hearing range of your animal, the wonderful bat, is... You're welcome. Now, let's review the equation that we're gonna use. Hey, that looks familiar. That funky sign that I totally forgot the name of represents wavelength. The V represents the velocity, in this case that's the speed of sound. And the F represents frequency, in this case the hearing range of your animal. And now, let's begin solving. To solve for the longest wavelength, you'll need to use the shortest or the minimum hearing range of your animal. Why? Yeah, okay, take a look. First, you need to write your equation. And then you need to rewrite your equation with the numbers you already have, which will basically give you 343 meters per second over 9,000
It's over 9,000!
hertz. Then you just need to solve it. It's like easy. And dividing those numbers, it will give you 0.038 meters. And that's the answer for the longest wavelength. And for the longest wavelength, it's basically the same, but now instead of using your minimum hearing range for your animal, you need to use the maximum, the longest one. Write your equation, then rewrite it with the numbers you already have. The top one stays the same, 343 meters per second, but the bottom one changes. Instead of 9,000 hertz, it's gonna be 200,000 hertz. And then again, you just divide those numbers, solve it, and that will give you an answer of 0.001715 meters, and that's for the shortest wavelength. And that's it. You're welcome, human. Now you know how to find the shortest and longest wavelength using hearing range. Now I have to go. I have more important things to do.